Wow.
I'm gonna take his lights out in the first round.
Just like he promised, Ilia Topuria knocked out another fan favorite, Charles Oliveira.
Oh!
What many people predicted actually happened. Ilia Topuria became the new king in the shark-infested lightweight division.
And I like that. And I think, you know what I think? Yeah, I think he can beat him.
So, without wasting any more time, let's see how it all unfolded and what the fight world has to say about Topuria's huge win. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. As you remember, before the fight a lot of people were doubting him. They said Ilia wasn't big enough for lightweight, that moving up was a crazy mistake. Some people even claimed that by moving up, Ilia would lose his speed and punching power. A lot of people were sure the fight with Oliveira would go something like this. But all that turned out to be just talk. In reality, Topuria proved the exact opposite. Not only did he not lose his power or speed, but he showed everyone that he's on a completely different level. And guys, it's time to finally recognize him for who he really is. He's not a legend, he's a legend killer. Yeah, it's hard for a lot of fans to accept that, especially after Topuria finished fan favorite Alex Volkanovski. Then he became the first fighter to knock out another fan favorite, Max Holloway. And now, the Georgian just sent Charles Oliveira, another legend loved by millions, into a brutal knockout. It's understandable. After all that, it's not easy to suddenly start cheering for him. But if you let go of the hate and take a step back, you'll realize how lucky we are as fans to witness this. We're seeing the sport evolve in front of our eyes. Like Tom Aspinall said,
he's the future of MMA. Definitely. He's the next step.
There's no debate anymore. He didn't get lucky against Volk. He didn't get lucky against Max. He didn't get lucky against Oliveira. He iced him because he's just way better.
Oliveira came forward and initiated the exchanges, but Topuria didn't give him the slightest chance to impose his game. When the Brazilian tried to take the fight to the ground, Ilia defended with confidence, ended up on top, and stayed in control. There was absolutely no fear of jiu-jitsu from Topuria. He didn't fall into Charles's traps and refused to get pulled into his ground game. As the fight went on, it became clear this one wasn't going to last long. And just like he promised, Topuria delivered the knockout right around the 3rd minute. He didn't just win, he made a statement. Topuria showed that in this division, he's someone who needs to be taken seriously. And if there were doubts before, that he was too small for the division or that moving up was a huge mistake, they all disappeared after this win.
Let's look at it again. This is it.
The right hand. He was done after the right hand.
Yeah, the right hand put him away. Look, everything goes limp, and the left hand just, it's academic.
Well, that's the thing about, or maybe tighter, so he's not wasting anything on the way to the strike.
Even Conor McGregor acknowledged the moment and congratulated Topuria on winning what he called his old titles. Here's what Conor posted. "Congrats on winning my old titles, Ilia." He said he's gonna rest his balls on Paddy's head too. Fair play.
I'm gonna put my balls on your forehead.
I can rest my balls on your forehead.
That was a good scrap as well. UFC is back, or still missing something? 3 KOs back-to-back is very good. No one can deny the knockout. Unlucky to Charles also. Styles make fights. You are a tremendous and legendary UFC fighter. Rest up. Now the big question is, who's next? Paddy Pimblett was even called into the octagon, and it looked like they were teasing a potential fight, but Dana White didn't approve of that idea.
I know there's a lot of options on the table for Ilia, but when he shows that type of interest in a fight, does that make you want to make it?
Well, I don't know who the hell let him in there. That should have never happened. Let's start there. I was already back in my room, or that would have never happened. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't really think about that stuff tonight, other than, you know, obviously the Van fight. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
Don't give it to Justin Gaethje. Give it to Armin. So the fans are going to get what they want, you know, and it's Paddy Pimblett that's going to make the most noise. So it's Paddy Pimblett that the fans are going to want to see. So, you know, Arman needs to get out there and make some noise.
From a business and promotional standpoint, the UFC sees more value in a fight between Pimblett and Topuria. Because these two have real history, they genuinely hate each other. Meanwhile, Arman isn't really doing anything to make the UFC see his fight as more profitable than Topuria versus Pimblett. In fact, Arman wasn't happy at all that Topuria called out Paddy instead of him. He posted, "It was never supposed to be Charles. I can finish Ilia, simple as that, and he knows it too. That's why he's avoiding the real #1 contender." But fans were quick to remind Arman that he couldn't even finish Oliveira. Another wrote, "Bro." The camera panned to Arman's face after the KO, and he looked like he shit his pants. Knockout of the Day commented, "We all know how it is. The UFC goes for what sells more. They'll want him in big money fights first." Someone else added, "You ducked Islam, dude. Nobody wants to fight you because you might pull out." But another fan replied, "Islam is the only guy that has a chance at beating Topuria right now." Another fan added, "Bro, Arman, Ilia would have slept you even quicker. It was supposed to be you, but you pulled out." But Dana White fired back quickly, saying,
You know, the guy had the opportunity to fight for a title and didn't make weight. It's just, I mean, you couldn't fuck up anything worse than that. But he proved, you know, now that he's not fighting for the title, he was here as a backup fighter, he made weight, so it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Ahí estaba Arman también, que no, pues obviamente se le veía, pues...
Se le veía cagado también. Se le veía una cara de shock cuando vio el knockout. Dijo, buah, yo iba a ser el reemplazo de este combate. Menos mal que Dios bendiga a Charles, que no le haya pasado nada, porque este iba a ser yo. Él siempre da el peso cuando sabe que no va a pelear. Siempre da el peso. Cuando él sabe que le va a tocar pelear, ahí ya da el peso y es, uy, mi espalda.
Topuria himself said he hates Pimblett so much that he wants to fight him next, just to finally punish him. Not only for his past trash talk, but especially for the disrespectful things Pimblett once said about Georgia and all the other insults over the years. He also said that when he looked into Pimblett's eyes, he could feel it. Pimblett doesn't want to fight him, because deep down, he's scared.
I saw him. The eyes never lie. He doesn't want to fight me.
Really?
I swear to God, he doesn't want to fight me. I saw the fear in his eyes. The eyes never lie.
Tell us what to look for in that situation, because the rest of us are seeing him get...
When we bring him inside the octagon, he was scared. I'm telling you, he was like, what the f I'm doing here? Why I didn't went to the school, the university? Why I didn't choose something different?
Mauricio Ruffy was clearly disappointed by the knockout of his fellow countryman, and now he's promising to get revenge for Oliveira. He wrote, "Make the most of this moment, Topuria, because I'm definitely putting you to sleep." For Charles Oliveira, UFC 317 may have been his last real shot at the title. After over a decade in the UFC, fans were wondering, is this the end of the road for Du Bronx? But judging by his latest message, the answer is clear. No, he's not done yet. Oliveira took to social media to speak directly to his fans. He didn't make excuses. He didn't blame anyone. Instead, he kept it real. It didn't go the way we wanted, but maybe it was for the best. I want to thank everyone for the love and all the positive energy. God bless you all. Honestly, Charles Oliveira's got nothing to be ashamed of. In this game, when one legend goes down, a new star steps up. That's just how the fight game works. Like many fans watching live, former bantamweight champ Sean O'Malley couldn't believe what he just saw. He was completely blown away by Topuria's jaw-dropping knockout of Oliveira.
He's so good.
Was that a 2-3-2? 2-3. Holy f***. Islam versus Topuria needs to happen. He's up there with Jon Jones. Knocked out Volk, knocked out Max, knocked out Charles. Islam next at 170. Holy fuck. Who would even fight Ilia at 155 next? Holy fuck. Thank God he didn't accept my call out.
He probably went down from the first right hand.
Who would Ilia needs to fight Islam. But it does. If Islam loses, that's not the same. Ilia versus Islam now needs to happen. But if Islam beats JDM, Islam versus Ilia at 170 is fucking insane. Ilia is probably considered one of the greatest of all time. But fucking knocking out Volk, knocking out Holloway, then knocking out Charles is fucking insane.
But they said this guy could be the first 3-division champion in UFC history. And I know it's early. I know you just moved up. But is that something that you...
Rob, if I wear that watch, will I get cardio like you? I don't need it. No, I still need it. I still need it.
If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We will be very grateful.